The biggest
Ragebaiters.
Ragebaiters of all time. Okay, this video just had to be done. You guys really seemed to like the last video, so I figured I had to run it back. Now, Ragebait is an art form, okay? It's done to pretty much just make anybody as mad as possible. There's many methods to the madness. Some people might just instigate to Ragebait, or some people might go about the method of being dumb on purpose, like Patrick, for example. Or sometimes people are just really, really annoying to the point where, at this point, they gotta be Ragebait. Because there's absolutely no way somebody could be this annoying. All right, anyway, so let's start off with Gumball. Okay, Gumball had to be... What the fuck? All right, I'm just gonna ignore that. But anyways, Gumball was always trying to annoy everybody. I don't know what it was, but he spent one episode trying to annoy Alan so much to the point where Alan just breaks and gets mad at him. Like, this dude dead ass wanted to ruin his life just so Alan would get mad at him. This is the status update he put on his Elmore Plus. God damn, bro, what the hell did Alan do to deserve that? And every single time Gumball did something to him in this episode, it just looked like Alan was about to just start crashing out, and honestly, it's a very understandable crash out. And every time he was about to, he just hit this weird-ass face. I don't know what the hell this is, but to show that he was unfazed by what Gumball did. Now that he ruined his social life, he wanted to ruin his relationship. He put Darwin's face on a balloon and just had Darwin just kiss everything, even a goddamn toilet. And I don't know how Alan held back from crashing out here. I would have started throwing haymakers, bro. It would have been over. And the amount of times that Gumball got mad at Alan, at this point, Gumball is the one being rage baited for trying to rage bait. Okay, I don't know if that made any sense. And he already went too far right at the beginning, and then he asked Darwin, oh, am I going too far? After he shows a DVD to Alan of his parents getting turned into balloon animals because he sold them to some clown on the street or something. And at the end of the episode, Alan pretends to fall for Gumball's rage bait, and Gumball walks away thinking that he finally was able to rage bait Alan. And I mean, it really was 1 out of 10 rage bait. All he did was just wipe his feet across the floor so they would squeak on the floor. You know, that wasn't really top tier rage bait, but the one time he did successfully rage bait somebody was his arch nemesis by the name of Rob. Now, Gumball forgot Rob even existed. He left Rob in the void. He didn't even know what Rob's name was in one episode, so that's why Rob hates him. And in the episode called The Nemesis, Rob stopped hating him. His new nemesis was now Banana Joe. And the way he decided to get Rob to come back and be his nemesis was to rage bait him. Rob was setting up like these goofy ass, oldest trick in the book ass traps the entire episode. And Gumball just goes up to him and just starts distracting him every single time he's about to get Banana Joe to fall for his trap or whatever. And somehow Gumball just fucks it up for him every time. And I don't even know if he was intentionally rage baiting here. I think he was just being him, but regardless, it's fucking hilarious. But this dude Rob got so mad at him that he just grabs him and just starts shaking him around by the neck. But I guess that was Gumball's goal the whole time. He wanted an arch nemesis, so I guess he successfully rage baited him. And I've seen videos of this all over TikTok, and well, that's what inspired me to make this video. It was captioned some shit like, when you successfully rage bait, bro, and honestly, that really is how it feels. Okay, but now we got a sleeper pick. We got Bugs Bunny. Now, I don't know what was good with Bugs Bunny, but this dude was just a menace. I remember as a kid, I'd see a bunch of episodes that would air on, I think, Boomerang or Cartoon Network. It was Elmer Fudd trying to hunt Bugs Bunny during rabbit season. And even when, like, Elmer Fudd is about to shoot him, and he's got, like, a fucking shotgun barrel pointed at his face, he always looks so confident because he knows that he's just gonna trick Elmer Fudd every time and just rage bait him. And he does every single time. It's kind of like also the coyote trying to catch the Roadrunner too, like bro never gets the Roadrunner. But it was just insane how gullible Elmer Fudd was. The amount of times he fell for shit, it was insane. Then in one episode, I think it was called Duck Season or something like that, Bugs and Daffy were fighting over who was going to be hunted by Elmer Fudd. According to Bugs, it was duck season, and according to Daffy, it was rabbit season. And when they got in a back and forth argument about it, Bugs said the opposite one and got Daffy to take a shotgun bullet to the face. And this happened multiple times, so the sheer amount of rage baiting here was crazy. But at the end of the episode, it ends up being Elmer season, so Elmer gets hunted by Daffy and Bugs. crazy ending. But Bugs would also often rage bait Yosemite Sam. Now, I think this took place in the 1981 movie. And now I found this clip when I searched Bugs Bunny Yosemite Sam. And pretty much, this dude was trying to have a Western standoff with somebody. And the whole time, Bugs was just rage baiting him. He didn't follow the rules of the standoff. He was already saying he had onion breath at the beginning because he got up in his face. And Bugs being a rage baiter is definitely one of the reasons why I think Looney Tunes is hilarious. Now we got
Kid Flash isn't on here.
Stewie. Now Stewie always has something to say.
Hold on. I need to show y'all something. Oh shoot, hold on. Do I stream live? Oh no. My chats were completely muted. I'm gonna put them over here then. Well, I'll put that. Hold on, I need to move chat box. I'll keep that over here. Alert box will stay up there. Okay, hold on. But hold on. Wait a second. Oops. Hold on, no, here. There's a clip on TikTok. There's a funny clip on TikTok. I found it. This is hilarious. This is rage baiting. No. It's literally Good Flash. This is hilarious. Hello, can you hear me? This is.
It was fun. You had fun, right? All right. Next time, July, right? July. Warren, Oregon. No, Eugene, Oregon. You know what it is. Look it up. University of Oregon. I'll see you there, right? Anybody can.
Oh my god, yeah, that was funny.
He's that kind of rage baiter. He'll say the most out-of-pocket shit just just to try to get you mad. And isn't specific episodes. Like, this is just who he is. He just followed.
What was that noise?
Some random fat guy in his face. And Bugs being a rage baiter is definitely one of the reasons why I think Looney Tunes is hilarious. Now we got Stewie. Now Stewie always has something to say. He's that kind of rage baiter. He'll say the most out-of-pocket shit just to try to get you mad. And isn't specific episodes. Like, this is just who he is. He just followed some random fat guy with a tuba. And Chris as well. I don't know why he's like this, but this is the type of funny-ass shit you'll see him doing in a lot of the episodes, to be honest. And literally every episode, he's making wise-ass remarks to get everyone mad. Or, like, probably the most iconic example I could think of was where he was like, Mum, Mum, Mummy, like, for 2 minutes straight.
Lewis! 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 Mom! 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 Mommy! 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 Mama!
Trying to get Lois's attention. Then when she finally said what, he just said hi and then just ran away. Like, at this point, he just does it for the love of the game. And Stewie definitely takes it too far sometimes, for sure. Like, he just says, like, the most ruthless shit of all time without even giving a second thought about it. Okay, we have to talk about Mordecai and Rigby. I've talked about them in a lot of videos at this point, but, I mean, they just fit the qualities for a lot of these characters. And when it comes to rage baiting, okay, there's no stopping them. In the episode Lunch Break, Mordecai and Rigby order this super sub sandwich that's like $80. It was like a 8-foot long sub or something like that. And Benson's reaction when they open the trunk is just priceless. But Benson, of course, is pissed off because he spent $85 on this goddamn sandwich that they're probably not even gonna eat all of it. So he said, if you don't eat all this by the end of the day, you are both fired. So they somehow plate cleaned the sandwich by the end of the episode. And honestly, you know what? Yeah, they did kind of deserve that. And in the episode, The Prank Callers, Mordecai and Rigby made this prank call on Benson. And honestly, this is one of the funniest episodes in regular show. But Benson, I don't know, he was low-key asking for it because how do you fall for a Joe Mama joke? That's kind of embarrassing. So this was like the weakest form of rage bait, yet Benson still fell for it. And after falling for a Joe Mama joke, this dude Benson was screaming through the phone that the person on the other end of the line was gonna get tracked down and that he was gonna find them. All that over a Joe Mama joke? Yeah, that's kind of insane. I can't lie to you. And this dude just kept yimming on for a whole nother 30 seconds when he could have just hung up the phone. And they made him react so much to the point where they couldn't even keep it together. Like, Rigby had tears in his eyes. But this dude Benson got so mad that he fell for the oldest trick in the book that he stormed into this room that Mordecai and Rigby were in, that he lost his shit and he was like,
Ring, ring. Hello. What's that? Mordecai and Rigby are banned from using the house phone?
and then he just destroys it. Like, what I don't get about Benson, he's like always complaining about shit getting destroyed. Yet, I mean, did you see his apartment crash out? Like, that was insane. Benson has got to have one of the shortest fuses I've ever seen. And Benson was on that same caliber of David Ortiz just smashing the phone in the dugout. And Benson is also responsible for a bunch of shit getting destroyed around the park. Like, this dude is responsible for, like, smashing so many things. It's unreal. Okay, that sounds a little crazy out of context. All right, moving on. But sometimes Mordecai and Rigby rage bait each other. All right, maybe sometimes they get a little bit bored of rage baiting Benson. He has a very short fuse, so obviously he's gonna fall for the rage bait. But sometimes Mordecai will rage bait Rigby. In the episode Death Punchies, Mordecai decides that he's gonna be player one. Rigby wants to be player one in the game, and Mordecai knows he'll beat Rigby in punchies. So he says, let's play punchies for it. On purpose, knowing that he's gonna win. And then when he does, Rigby gets mad at him, and he's like, oh, it's not fair, whatever. Because obviously, Rigby was not beating anybody in punchies. Skip sent him to the ER one time, so. And he did permanent damage to one of his cheeks, so they call his ass the One Cheek Wonder now. Then Mordecai brought that back up, and yeah, started using it as rage bait, of course. Then Rigby throws this phone book at a closet door. Then it opens to a page, and it gives him a number to a Death Kwon Do place, where he wants to learn the Punch of Death, so he could finally beat everybody in punchies. And then eventually he does. He starts throwing haymakers with anything, anybody at the park. Doesn't matter to him what it is. And he gets extremely carried away to the point where he destroys the entire park. Mordecai learned defensive moves, came back, and fought Rigby. in a 1v1. And during the whole thing, he was still rage baiting him. He said his punches were trash because he kept blocking them with defensive moves. And then he said he was never going to win at punchies no matter what he does. And yeah, let's keep it a buck for a second. Yeah, that's probably true. And eventually Mordecai fake loses just so they'll stop fighting. And then Rigby finally gets to be player 1 just for him to die to a snail at the beginning of the first level. Okay, now we got Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry are always rage baiting each other. But to be honest, it's mostly Jerry. But Tom and Jerry are sometimes friends in some episodes. It's like a love-hate relationship. Now, when I was watching this as a kid, obviously I thought Tom was the villain. Oh, Jerry's got to get away from the mean cat or whatever. But to be honest with you, this dude Jerry was a menace. Like, now I'm looking back at the show, the amount of injuries and pain that Jerry has caused Tom is unreal. So honestly, there really is no villain. They're kind of just beefing with each other, rage baiting each other or whatever. Sometimes it's Jerry that starts it, sometimes it's Tom. I guess just to cite an example, there's this one episode where they went to the beach. I remember watching this one as a kid. The whole time they were just messing with each other. Like the moment Tom got there, he just plopped all his stuff on top of Jerry. With them, sometimes there is no harmony. There is no living a normal day. They just went back and forth at it the entire day. I've never seen a beef so persistent in my entire life. SpongeBob and Patrick. All right, they gotta be top 3 at least. There's no way. The amount of clips I've seen floating around IG Reels or TikTok of SpongeBob and Patrick rage baiting Squidward is unreal. Or just Patrick being so dumb to the point where it's gotta be on purpose. There's no way. Like at this point, he's gotta be purposely pissing them off. In the episode Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3, this dude SpongeBob was teaching Man Ray how to be good. Like he signed his ass up for goodness school. I don't know. In the first lesson, SpongeBob had Patrick drop his wallet and had Man Ray go through a what-if scenario. So he gives Patrick the wallet back. He was like, "Excuse me, sir, did you drop your wallet?" And Patrick just kept denying it. This dude showed him the ID and all. And he even said, yes, that is his ID. But it's not his wallet. He's never seen it a day in his life. And then when Man Ray explained to him that the ID was in the wallet, it's his wallet, even Patrick said that makes sense to him. But then he still denied that the wallet was his. Yeah, he's gotta be rage baiting, bro. There's no way. There's no one home up there. Like, I don't know what's going on in Patrick's brain. I have no idea. But all I know is that there is not a single thought behind those eyes. And the second lesson that SpongeBob was going to teach him is that if you see somebody struggling to lift something, maybe you should help them out. And when he tried to help Patrick out, he just kept dropping the package on his foot. I know I talked about Patrick in the last video, but look, I had to mention him again, all right? Like, it's just crazy. But in one episode, him and SpongeBob apparently dug Squidward's house underground. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I've been seeing this one clip of it everywhere where Squidward opens the door. SpongeBob and Patrick are just smirking at him. And obviously he's losing his shit because his house is underground. What they were trying to do was dig a hole between their houses so they wouldn't play in Squidward's yard. When Squidward insulted SpongeBob, I guess Squidward called him a reprobate, and he was like, "Yeah, you reprobate!" Yeah. Like, what the fuck? And then most importantly, this dude Patrick said, "No need to thank us." And then Squidward yelled, "Thank you," and Patrick said, "You're welcome." SpongeBob, and especially Patrick, have got to be top tier rage baiters for sure. Now we got Robin from Teen Titans Go. And throughout the show, Robin has a rival called Kid Flash. And now Robin wanted to beat him in a foot race. And when they lined up for a foot race, this dude Robin hit him in the knee with a staff and then just ran to the finish line. And in the episode Sour Grapes, this dude was rubbing it in the entire episode. Even though, okay, yeah, he obviously cheated. And I guess he said that he was enjoying the sour grapes that he bought. I guess that's just a metaphor for being salty. I don't know. And then this dude made a whole song about it. Like, I don't know why the hell he made a song, but for the entire episode, Robin just desperately wants to beat Kid Flash in this, I don't know, crime season or whatever the hell it is. But 9 times out of 10, I feel like they are not fighting crime, which is kind of crazy. And at this point, he's just rage baiting him just to cope with the fact that he cheated. Because any other time, he's losing. Or actually, my bad, guys. He's got that all day. And now we got the most recent example I could find. In Squid Game, player 456 was rage baiting player 388. And to be honest with you, I haven't gone that far yet, and I really don't want to spoil it. My brother, the Duck, already watched season 2, and pretty much what he told me. But I've been seeing
That was a video.